Good Saturday morning and welcome back to the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center in Urbana on campus of Urbana High School. I'm Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network as we are set for a quad meet here for the boys swimming and diving. We have Urbana, Danville, Peoria Central, and Manual competing today. Our first event will be the boys 200-yard medley relay. Competing for the Tigers, they have two teams, and Team A, which will be in Lane 3, is Patrick Sweeney, Marcus de Los Angeles, Sam Birdsley, and Zach Menard. Team B for the Tigers, which will be in Lane 2, is Rezibana Hashem, Max Quan Allred, Kevin Diaz, and Jackson Gilbert. Over in Lane 5 from Peoria will be Ty Ian Edwards, Caden Gadina, Martin Maloney, and Joseph Hinton. And in Lane 7 from the Danville Vikings, Dominic Kelly, Alexander Faulkner, William Bruette, and Alex Ritchie. That's the 200-yard medley relay. That'll be our first event on the schedule today, as there's 12 events on this Saturday morning at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. We're happy to have you along on the Tigers Media Network, streaming live on YouTube. It's youtube.com/UPTV6. That's the City of Urbana's public, education, and government access television channel. This will run next week on Urbana Public Television. That's broadcast locally on Comcast Xfinity's channels 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse channel 99, and i3 Broadband channel 6. And traditionally this season, they've started out the first event being the diving event, but they have that scheduled for the fifth event. Today. Not sure what the reason for the switch up is. We'll see if they stick to that, because there does seem to be some activity over there by the diving board. And I can see Jackson Gilbert, who's the lone competitor in diving, stretching himself out over there. They have already had the coaches and captains meeting just below us.
On behalf of the Urbana Boys Swim Team, we'd like to welcome everyone to the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. Please stand for the national anthem.
And now we stand for the national anthem.
We would like to remind everyone to please be quiet during the dives, and there is no flash photography. Our first event is diving.
So it does sound like they will have diving as their first event. So Jackson Gilbert will be competing in that for the Urbana Tigers.
Our diver for today is Jackson Gilbert from Urbana High School. Jackson's first dive is dive number 401, inward dive in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.4. Degree of difficulty 1.6.
And now we're on Jackson's fourth dive here at the Indoor Aquatic Center.
Awards.
And he gets a 5.5, 5.5, and 5 on his fourth dive. This is Jackson Gilbert competing for the Urbana Tigers, the lone diver this morning.
Jackson's fifth dive is dive number 103. Forward 1 1/2 somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.6. Awards.
A 5 1/2, 6, and 5 1/2 for Jackson Gilbert's fifth dive.
Jackson's final dive is dive number 202. Back one somersault in a tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.5. Awards.
And for Jackson Gilbert's final dive, he gets a 4, 3 1/2, and 3 1/2.
This concludes.
So that will conclude the diving event for this morning. Once again, just one diver in Jackson Gilbert from the Urbana Tigers. So good effort there on his part for all of his dives. And then I believe we'll go back up to what's listed as the first event today, which will be the 200-yard medley relay. And once again, coming up for the medley relay, the Tigers will have two teams. In lane 2, which will be Team B, is Reza Bani Hashim, Max Quan Allred, Kevin Diaz, and Jackson Gilbert. In lane 3, which will be Tigers Team A, Patrick Sweeney, Marcus de Los Angeles,
We can have all the
Sam
divers
Birdsley,
report for a time
and
meeting.
Zach Menard. In lane 5 from Peoria will be Tay Ian Edwards, Caden Gadina, Martin Maloney, and Joseph Hinton. And the Danville Vikings will be in lane 7 with Dominic Kelly, Alexander Faulkner, and William Bruette, along with Alex Ritchie. So the 200-yard medley relay coming up next. After that, we'll have the 200-yard freestyle. Just 3 competitors in that, 2 from the Tigers and 1 from the Vikings. It'll be Santiago Padilla and Willem Aline for Urbana. And from Danville, Alexander Faulkner. Of course, we're getting familiar with all the Danville Vikings. We already had a meet with them earlier this season. And I think they were on the slate, the one that got postponed, which will be coming up the following Tuesday, I believe, on March 2nd. That one that got postponed this last week. And, of course, next Saturday, the Tigers host Mahomet right here at the Indoor Aquatic Center. We'll bring coverage of that to you as well on the Tigers Media Network. We certainly appreciate the opportunity to stream this live to all of you on YouTube. A very limited amount of people allowed as spectators here at the Indoor Aquatic Center due to COVID-19 protocol. So we're glad that you can watch online and continue to support your student athlete. They are having a timers meeting below us right now, so once that timers meeting concludes, I imagine we will get underway as the relay teams will be asked to report to the blocks. And we already see that Peoria and Danville have started to line up their teams. Over in lane 7 will be the Vikings, in lane 5, the Peoria Rams. In fact, I think it's going to be Peoria Central, so that's going to be the Lions over there in lane 5. It is, yeah. So Peoria Central High School will be in lane 5.
We can have event 2 report to the blocks.
And they've asked the swimmers to report here. In lane 2 for Urbana will be Reza Bani Hashim, Max Quan Allred, Kevin Diaz, and Jackson Gilbert. That's Urbana's Team B. In lane 3 for the Tigers will be their Team A. That's Patrick Sweeney, Marcus de Los Angeles, Sam Birdsley, and Zach Menard. Over in lane 5 from Peoria High School, Tyann Edwards, Caden Gadina, Martin Maloney, and Joseph Hinton. And in lane 7 from Danville, Dominic Kelly, Alexander Faulkner, William Bruette, and Alex Ritchie.
Event 2, boys 200-yard medley relay, heat 1 of 1.
And the first swimmers are in the pool.
In lane 2, Urbana B, Bani Hashim, Quan, Diaz.
And all 4 competitors fairly even going down right now. Reza Bani Hashim in lane 2, Patrick Sweeney in lane 3. Over in lane 5 is Tyann Edwards and Dominic Kelly in lane 7. And we see Kelly pulling ahead now for the Vikings. So Danville in first here as he gets ready to tag out. Their second swimmer will be Alexander Faulkner. Faulkner dives in. And then we have Urbana in lane 3. That's Marcus de Los Angeles who just dove in. He is followed by Peoria in lane 5. And then Urbana's Max Quan Allred in lane 2. It's our second event of the morning, the boys 200-yard medley relay. As Danville continues to build their lead, William Bruette dives in for the Vikings. Next up in second place from lane 3, we just see that it's Sam Birdsley diving in for Urbana's Team A. And then it will be the Tigers in lane 2. That's their Team B. Kevin Diaz dives in. And then over in lane 5, just diving in was Martin Maloney from Peoria. And now on their final swimmer of the event is Danville. That's Alex Ritchie over in lane 7. And he's moving here in the 200-yard medley relay. Jumping in for the Tigers right there in lane 3 is Zach Menard. Menard's the final swimmer of Team A for the Tigers. And then jumping in lane 2 right now for the Tigers, their Team B, it's Jackson Gilbert. You saw him diving earlier today. And over in lane 7, the Vikings have finished first. And then you see in lane 3, it's Urbana's Team A finishing. Times on those. In first place, Danville with a time of 2 minutes, 7.34 seconds. In second place, Urbana's Team A with a time of 2 minutes, 13.85 seconds. And now we see the Tigers here, their Team B finishing up in lane 2. They will take third place with a time of 2 minutes, 38.60 seconds. So in the boys' 200-yard medley relay, coming in first is the Danville Vikings. 2 minutes, 7.34 seconds. That's the team of Dominic Kelly, Alexander Faulkner, William Bruette, and Alex Ritchie. In second place is Urbana's Team A with a time of 2 minutes, 13.85 seconds. That's the team of Patrick Sweeney, Marcus de Los Angeles, Sam Birdsley, and Zach Menard. In third place is Urbana's Team B, with a time of 2 minutes, 38.60 seconds. And just finishing now in fourth place from Peoria, a time of 3 minutes, 12.81 seconds. So that will wrap things up for the boys' 200-yard medley relay. Once again, Danville finishes first, followed by Urbana's Team A, Urbana's Team B, and then the Lions from Peoria High School. Our next event will be the 200-yard freestyle. Competing in that for the Tigers will be Santiago Pena and Willem Aline. And from the Danville Vikings, Alexander Faulkner. 12 events total today here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center on the campus of Urbana High School. Jason Liggett here with you on the Tigers Media Network. We will be rebroadcasting this next week on Urbana Public Television. That can be seen locally on Comcast Xfinity's Channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and i3 Broadband Channel 6. And now we have the swimmers taking the block here for the 200-yard freestyle. Once again, in lane 2 will be Santiago Pena. In lane 3 is Willem Aline, both from Urbana, and then over in lane 5 from Danville, Alexander Faulkner.
In lane 2 from Urbana, Santiago Pena. In lane 3 from Urbana, Willem Aline.
And this is the 200-yard freestyle, so they'll go down and back 4 times. Out to the early lead is Alexander Faulkner over there in lane 5. And he's just about even now. It looks like Willem Aline in lane 3. So Aline might even be half of a body length ahead of him. They're pretty even as they come here. Both push off the wall at the exact same time. So they're neck and neck. Lane 3 is Urbana's Willem Aline. Lane 5 is Alexander Faulkner. They're followed in lane 2 by Santiago Pena from the Tigers. Pulling ahead by a body length now over in lane 5 is Faulkner from the Vikings. Aline from the Tigers in lane 3. Faulkner continues to build his lead here in the 200-yard freestyle. Santiago Pena pushes off the near wall in lane 2. And Alexander Faulkner on his last trip now, down and back. He's over in lane 5 for the Vikings. And now we see Willem Aline just behind him in lane 3. Aline on his final trip. Already on his way back is Alexander Faulkner. He's getting ready to finish here. And pushing off the far wall right now is Willem Aline for the Tigers. And here is Alexander Faulkner finishing. We'll get a final time here for Alexander Faulkner. He will be taking first place, finished in second place by Urbana's Willem Aline, finishing just now. So in first, it's Alexander Faulkner from the Vikings at a time of 1 minute, 57.51 seconds. In second place will be the Urbana Tigers' Willem Aline. And then in third place from the Tigers, Santiago Pena. And Santi finishes right there. And Santiago Pena finishing with a time of 2 minutes, 29.19 seconds. We don't have a final time for Willem Aline, but he did finish second. So once again, for the boys' 200-yard freestyle, Faulkner finishes first with 1 minute, 57.51 seconds. Now we're ready for the boys' 200-yard individual medley. And these are both Urbana High School students competing. Patrick Sweeney is in lane 3, and Kian Bani Hashim in lane 4. Sweeney in lane 3, a body length ahead of Bonnie Hashem. Bonnie Hashem's over in lane 4. Two Urbana competitors here going at it in this quad meet between Urbana, Danville, Peoria Central, and Manual. And Bonnie Hashem closing that gap now with the backstroke, that trip down. Once again, Patrick Sweeney is in lane 3 for the Tigers. He has the lead right now, but not by much. Bonnie Hashem is right even with him now. Perhaps even ahead by a body length now. So Bonnie Hashem in lane 4 has the lead. Patrick Sweeney in lane 3, following closely. The boys' 200-yard individual medley. Coming up next will be the 50-yard freestyle. We've got two heats of the 50-yard freestyle this morning. So Kian Bonnie Hashem has the lead right now in lane 4. And then he's followed by Patrick Sweeney in lane 3. And they're both getting ready for their last trip down here. The 200-yard individual medley. Bonnie Hashem continues to widen that gap. He gets a good push off the far wall as he approaches the finish here. Kian Bonnie Hashem will finish first in lane 4, followed by Patrick Sweeney in lane 3. It's the 200-yard individual medley. We will get the final times here as they come in. For Bonnie Hashem, it's 2 minutes, 46.54 seconds. For Sweeney, it's 2 minutes, 52.61 seconds. So that wraps up the boys' 200-yard individual medley. And as I mentioned, 2 heats of the 50-yard freestyle coming up next in the first heat. From the Urbana Tigers, Jackson Gilbert in lane 1, Santiago Pania in lane 2, Reza Bonnie Hashem in lane 3. Over in lane 5 will be Javion Covington from Peoria, Manuel Quintero from Manual, and William Bruette from Danville in lane 7. So this is the first heat of 2 now. 3 Tigers in lanes 1, 2, and 3. A Lion over in lane 5, a Ram in lane 6, and a Viking in lane 7. "50-yard freestyle, down and back once, fast and furious." And they are off here. It looks like in the lead right now is William Bruette from the Vikings over in lane 7. He's followed by Santiago Pania in lane 2 and Jackson Gilbert in lane 1. And finishing up right now, William Bruette. He will take first place in this first heat. William Bruette finishes first with a time of 25.40 seconds. Santiago Pania finishes second with a time of 29.81 seconds. That's Reza Bonnie Hashem in lane 3, and he finishes third with a time of 34.44 seconds. Jackson Gilbert finishes fourth with a time of 36 seconds flat. Finishing fifth is Manuel Quintero with a time of 42.48 seconds, and Covington from Peoria finishing with a time of, that's in the first set. or first heat rather. So now heat number 2 getting ready. And lane 1 will be Kevin Diaz from the Tigers. Lane 2 is Max Quan Allred. Over in lane 3 is Zach Menard, also from Urbana. In lane 4, Tyjon Edwards from Peoria. In lane 6, Sam Yeagle from Manual. Dominic Kelly in lane 7, and Alex Ritchie, both of them from Danville. Ritchie over in lane 8. Heat 2 of 2 for our 50-yard freestyle. And they are now underway. And it looks like out front right now is in lane 3, Zach Menard. Menard pushes off the far wall first, and then he's followed by Dominic Kelly in lane 7 from the Danville Vikings. And we'll get finals here, but it looks like Zach Menard's going to finish first of heat number 2. Menard finishes with a time of 25.66, followed by Dominic Kelly from Danville at 27.71. Coming in third is Max Quan Allred from the Tigers with a time of 28.12. And fourth is Tyjon Edwards with a time of 30.92. And fifth is Kevin Diaz from the Tigers, a time of 36.69. And then finishing sixth in heat number 2 is Sam Yeagle from the Manual Rams, a time of 38.77. So William Bruette will hold on to first place there from heat number 1 with a time of 25.40. Then in the second heat, as I mentioned, Zach Menard finished right behind him at a time of 25.66 for the Tigers. That will wrap up the 50-yard freestyle, event number 5 here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. The pool is open right now for swim. And when we come back on the Tigers Media Network, we will have the 100-yard butterfly. Zach Menard from the Urbana Tigers will compete in lane 2, and Willem Aline from Urbana will compete in lane 3. So the 100-yard butterfly coming up next from the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. And we're back at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center for this quad meet between the Urbana Tigers, the Danville Vikings, the Peoria Lions, and the Manual Rams. They did announce the scores for the overall meet during that break. Urbana is in first with a score of 92. In second is Danville with a score of 72. In third is Peoria with a score of 9. And in fourth, Manual with a score of 5. So that's through 5 events now. And the Tigers are in first with a score of 92. We'll continue to keep those scores updated for you as they update us. And just one heat here for the 100-yard butterfly between two Tigers. Zach Menard will be in lane 2 and Willem Aline in lane 3. And they are off here for the 100-yard butterfly, so back and forth twice. They are fairly even. Maybe a stroke ahead will be Willem Aline in lane 3. He's followed up by Zach Menard in lane 2. Coming up next will be the 100-yard freestyle, and we'll have 2 heats in that event. Aline reaches this wall first and builds his lead with the push-off. Willem Aline in lane 3 and first right now. He's followed by Zach Menard in lane 2. And Aline will finish first here. We'll have a final time for Aline, followed by Zach Menard. Coming to you momentarily. So Willem Aline finishes first with a time of 1 minute, 7.90 seconds. So 107.90 for Willem Aline, and Zach Menard finishing second with a time of 1 minute, 17.14 seconds. So that will do it for the 100-yard butterfly. And the 100-yard freestyle is next. In Heat 1 will be Jonathan Sanchez-Veranca in lane 3 from the Tigers. Javion Covington in lane 4 from Peoria. So just 2 swimmers in this first heat. And then we'll have 6 swimmers in the second heat. Once again, Urbana's Jonathan Sanchez-Veranca in lane 3 and Peoria's Javion Covington in lane 4. The 100-yard freestyle, so swimmers will go down and back twice. Sanchez has the lead right now for the Tigers. He's on his way back on the first trip. So Jonathan Sanchez-Veranca in lane 3 for Urbana, and then over in lane 4 is Javion Covington for the Peoria Lions. This is the first of 2 heats for the 100-yard freestyle event. Event number 7 of 12 at the Indoor Aquatic Center today. finishing first in this first heat will be Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca from the Urbana Tigers. We will get a final time for him, and it is 1 minute, 16.93 seconds. So 1:16.93 for Jonathan. And Javion Covington finishing right now for the Peoria Rams. And Javion with a final time of 1 minute, 54.74 seconds. That will bring up the second heat. In the first lane will be Marcus de Los Angeles from the Tigers, Sam Birdsley in lane 2 from Urbana. The Rams, Joseph Hinton in lane 3. Also from Peoria, Martin Maloney in lane 4. Manuel Quintero from Manual in lane 5. And in lane 7 will be Danville's Alex Ritchie. This is the second heat of the 100-yard freestyle. And it looks like Sam Birdsley in lane 2 has the early lead. He'll be followed up in lane 3 from Joseph Hinton from Peoria. And over in lane 7 from Danville, Alex Ritchie. Those are the leading three. And making his way into the top three now in lane 1 is Marcus de Los Angeles of the Urbana Tigers. So pushing off in lane 2, he's on his final trip down and back, is Sam Birdsley from the Tigers. He is followed by Marcus de Los Angeles from the Tigers. And in third, in lane 3, is Joseph Hinton from Peoria. And in fourth right now over in lane 7 is Alex Ritchie from Danville. In fifth, in lane 4, is Martin Maloney from Peoria. And then we have Manuel Quintero from Manual in lane 5. Finishing up right now in lane 2 will be Sam Birdsley. We'll get his official time, but it was a quick one. Coming in second over in lane 1, just below us, is Marcus de Los Angeles from the Tigers. And in third will be Joseph Hinton from Peoria. Final times on this one. In first, Sam Birdsley with 1 minute, 2.89 seconds. He's followed up by teammate de Los Angeles with a time of 1 minute, 8.77 seconds. In third will be Joseph Hinton with a time of 1 minute, 13.9 seconds. And fourth is Martin Maloney from Peoria with a time of 1 minute, 23.97 seconds. And then finishing fifth from the Manual Rams will be Manuel Quintero. He has a time of 1 minute, 39.05 seconds. So finishing first for the event overall will be Sam Birdsley for the Tigers, a time of 1 minute, 2.89 seconds. And then second place will also go to heat number 2, Marcus de Los Angeles from the Tigers, 1 minute, 8.77 seconds. That will do it for the 100-yard freestyle today, and our next event will be the 500-yard freestyle. We have two competitors in the 500-yard freestyle, both from Urbana. In lane 2 will be Reza Bani Hashem, and in lane 3 will be Max Quan Allred. Our next event after the 500-yard freestyle, which will be a long one, is the 200-yard freestyle relay. Urbana will have two teams in that, and Peoria High School will have a team, as will Danville. And you might notice at the far end of the pool, there will be two Tigers, two teammates, I should say, but in this case, they're two Tigers, holding the numbers so the swimmers will know exactly where they're at while competing in the 500-yard freestyle. And this will be Reza Bani Hashem in lane 2 and Max Quan Allred in lane 3. And with the early lead over in lane 3 is Max Quan Allred. And he's followed in lane 2 by Reza Bani Hashim. The 500-yard freestyle, so down and back 10 times. 20 lengths of the pool. You notice those numbers on the far end that they hold down in the water. They'll count all the way up, well, to a red block, which means that's their last one. But all even numbers as they head back, all odd numbers as they head back. We can see that Max Quan Allred in the lead is going to be shown 5. So right now, Quan Allred about 25 meters ahead of Reza Bani Hashim. Bani Hashim in lane 2 for the Tigers. In the middle of the 500-yard freestyle between Urbana's Reza Bani Hashim and Max Quan Allred. Our next event will be the 200-yard freestyle relay. Urbana will have 2 teams in that. Competing in lane 3 will be their Team A, Zach Menard, Sam Birdsley, Kian Bani Hashim, and Willem Aline. In lane 2 from the Tigers will be their Team B, Santiago Pania, Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Kevin Diaz. Over in lane 5 will be Peoria's Javion Covington, Tyjon Edwards, Caden Gadina, and Joseph Hinton. And over in lane 6 from the Danville Vikings, Alexander Faulkner, William Bruette, Dominic Kelly, and Alex Ritchie. That's the next event coming up, the 200-yard freestyle relay. As we're at the 3-minute and 30-second mark of this event. And Max Quan Allred more than halfway done as he finishes up the 11th length of the pool. Once again, he'll have 20. Quan Allred in lane 3, full 50 meters ahead of lane 2, which is Reza Bani Hashim. Both Urbana swimmers competing in this event. I mentioned the 200-yard freestyle relay coming up next, and then 3 more events after that to give us 12 total events today. The 100-yard backstroke, followed by the 100-yard breaststroke, and then the 400-yard freestyle relay will wrap us up today at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. We certainly appreciate everyone tuning in live on our YouTube channel. Happy that we can bring this to you. As a very limited crowd allowed in the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center today and this whole season due to the COVID-19 pandemic and safety protocols. Here's some fans encouraging Reza to keep pushing on. We see pushing off of the near side here in the third lane is Max Quan Allred. Allred with just a couple trips left, down and back. And this will be the last trip for Max. So Max Quan Allred from the Tigers pushing off the far wall for the last time. We will have a final time for him coming up momentarily. He will finish first in this event. And he touches the wall for the final time there. Certainly a test of endurance, the 500-yard freestyle. And Max Quan Allred with a time of 6 minutes, 38.72 seconds. So 6:38.72 for Quan Allred of the Urbana Tigers. And he'll have one more event, the final event of the afternoon. We'll see Max Quan Allred back and Team A from Urbana in the 400-yard freestyle relay. And this will be Reza Bana Hashem's final trip down. And we will also see Bani Hashem one more time. He'll be on Team B for Urbana in the 400-yard freestyle relay. Once again, that's the final event of the afternoon here at the Indoor Aquatic Center. And Reza Bani Hashem finishing now. We'll have a final time for him. Once again, Max Quan Allred finishing first with a time of 6 minutes, 38.72 seconds. And Bani Hashem finishes second with a time of 8 minutes, 12.33 seconds. So a good effort from both of those swimmers on the Urbana Tigers team. And our next event will be the 200-yard freestyle relay. Competing in lane 2 will be Urbana's Team B at Santiago Pena, Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Kevin Diaz. In lane 3 will be Urbana's Team A, Zach Menard, Sam Birdsley, Kian Bani Hashem, and Willem Aline. In lane 5, the Peoria Lions, Javion Covington, Tyjon Edwards, Caden Gadina, and Joseph Hinton. And over in lane 6 from the Danville Vikings, it's Alexander Faulkner, William Bruette, Dominic Kelly, and Alex Ritchie. So 200-yard freestyle. They will go down and back once. Of course, 4 swimmers on each team. Off to the early lead is Alexander Faulkner of the Danville Vikings. He's over in lane 6. Almost neck and neck with him is over in lane 3. It's Urbana's Zach Menard of Team A. He's followed in lane 2 by the Tigers' Santiago Pena. Tigers Team B, and then in 4th place right now over in lane 5, Peoria's Javion Covington. He's going to tag in for Tyjon Edwards. And now in the lead, as we see the second swimmer push off the wall, it's Danville. That's William Bruette swimming for the Vikings right now. He's getting ready to tag in Dominic Kelly. Kelly is in the pool for the Vikings, and jumping into the pool, their third swimmer, it's Urbana Tigers' Kian Bonnie Hashem. The Tigers have some ground to make up here, as Danville is in the lead right now. In third place is the Tigers Team B in lane 2, and just jumping in there was Marcus de Los Angeles. Kevin Diaz will be their final swimmer. Danville's final swimmer jumping in right now. That's over in lane 6. That's Alex Ritchie. And then Urbana in second place right now, but making a run at it. In the third lane, it's Willem Aline. This could get close. Both pushing off the wall at the same time. Willem Aline in the lead now. The Tigers have pulled ahead. And he's got it motoring. It looks like Urbana's Team A will win this. And they're going to finish first, so Urbana will get first place. And a pump fist there from Willem Aline as he looks up and sees the other competitor still swimming. So Urbana's Team A finishes first with a time of 1 minute, 46.60 seconds. That is the team of Zach Menard, Sam Birdsley, Kian Bonnie Hashem, and Willem Aline. In second place is Danville with a time of 1 minute, 51.16 seconds. That's the team of Alexander Faulkner, William Bruette, Dominic Kelly, and Alex Ritchie. In third place is Urbana's Team A with a time, or Team B, with a time of 2 minutes, 10.27 seconds. Urbana's Team B consists of Santiago Pena, Jonathan Sanchez Huanca, Marcus de Los Angeles, and Kevin Diaz. And then finishing just now is Peoria Lions. They get a time of 2 minutes, 31.72 seconds. So Urbana's Team A taking this event by mere seconds here. They finish first with a time of 1 minute, 46.60 seconds. That is the 200-yard freestyle relay. Our next event coming up will be the 100-yard backstroke. Competing in the backstroke for the Tigers, Kevin Diaz will be in lane 1, Patrick Sweeney in lane 2, Kian Bonnie Hashem in lane 3. For Peoria, over in lane 4 will be Martin Maloney. Lane 6 will be Manual's Sam Yeagle. In lane 7, the Vikings' Alexander Faulkner, and his teammate over in lane 8 will be Dominic Kelly. So the pool is open for swim here, but when we come back, it will be the 100-yard backstroke on the Tigers Media Network. And the PA announcer announcing that the pool is now closed, so that will bring up the 100-yard backstroke. Kevin Diaz in lane 1 for the Tigers. Patrick Sweeney in lane 2 for the Tigers. Kian Bonnie Hashem in lane 3 as swimmers jump in the pool. Over in lane 4 is Martin Maloney from Peoria. Sam Yeagle from Manual in lane 6. Alexander Faulkner in lane 7 and Dominic Kelly in lane 8. And they are off the 100-yard backstroke. So down and back twice here. The early lead is over in lane 7. That's Danville's Alexander Faulkner. He's followed up by his teammate Dominic Kelly in lane 8. In second place, a tie between two Urbana swimmers. Kian Bonnie Hashem in lane 3 and Patrick Sweeney in lane 2. Continuing to build his lead is Alexander Faulkner. And Faulkner is moving. Faulkner in first. Dominic Kelly in second. And in third place, still in a near tie, Urbana's Patrick Sweeney and Kian Bonnie Hashem in lanes 2 and 3. Finishing now in lane 7 is Alexander Faulkner. We'll get a time on Faulkner as he finishes first. And it looks like to finish second will also be from Danville over in lane 8. It's Dominic Kelly, and it is Kelly. He'll be followed up in lane 3. That's Kian Bonnie Hashem, and then Patrick Sweeney in lane 2. So in first place, Alexander Faulkner from the Vikings, 1 minute, 3.20 seconds. In second place is Dominic Kelly, also from Danville, 1 minute, 15.47 seconds. And third place is Kian Bonnie Hashem at 1 minute, 17.17 seconds. They didn't time Patrick Sweeney there, so I think that might be an error. But Martin Maloney is next at 1 minute, 40.20 seconds. And finishing up just now, Kevin Diaz in lane 1 for the Tigers, 2 minutes, 1.82 seconds. And then Sam Yeagle, 2 minutes, 10.08 seconds. So Faulkner finishing first with 103.20. Dominic Kelly in second, 115.47. And third is Kian Bonnie Hashem, 117.17. I think the time was off here on Patrick Sweeney. Perhaps it didn't get clicked or something. They're showing him in 7th place, but he did finish right after Kian Bonnie Hashem at 117.17. And then Martin Maloney finishes 4th at 140.20. So that was the 100-yard backstroke. And coming up next will be the 100-yard breaststroke. Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca competing for the Tigers in lane 2. Sam Birdsley from Urbana will be in lane 3. Over in lane 4 is Marcus de Los Angeles from Urbana. From 5 is Caden Gadina in lane 5. He's from Peoria. And then from Danville over in lane 6 is William Bruette. Swimmers on the blocks. And they are off. This is the 100-yard breaststroke, so down and back twice. Off to the early lead over in lane 6 is Danville's William Bruette. Bruette pushes off first to the far wall. He's being followed in lane 3 at Sam Birdsley. Birdsley closely followed by Marcus de Los Angeles. And then in 4th is Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca. And then in 5th is Caden Gadina. Gadina's over in lane 5. So William Bruette continues to be in first. In second over in lane 4 is Marcus de Los Angeles. He's followed by Sam Birdsley in lane 3. And William Bruette going to finish this one first. He's over in lane 6, getting ready to finish now. We'll get a final time for Bruette. And 2 Tigers fighting for second place here. In lane 4 is Marcos de Los Angeles. In lane 3 is Sam Birdsley. It looks like Marcos de Los Angeles is going to get it, followed by Birdsley in third place. So running down the times here, Danville's William Bruette finishes first with 1 minute, 15.93 seconds. In second place is Marcos de Los Angeles of the Tigers, 1 minute, 26.43 seconds. And third place is Birdsley, 1 minute, 28.01 seconds. Jonathan Sanchez Huanca finishes in fourth with 1 minute, 39.63 seconds. And finishing fifth from Peoria will be Caden Gadina. So first place goes to the Vikings in this one, William Bruette, with a time of 1:15.93. Caden Gadina finishes just now, and we'll have a final time for Caden here, 2 minutes, 0.38 seconds. So that wraps up the 100-yard breaststroke, and we are approaching our final event of the afternoon. It is the 400-yard freestyle relay. So down and back twice for each swimmer. 4 swimmers to a team. In lane 2 will be Urbana's Team B, Santiago Pania, Jonathan Sanchez Huanca, Reza Bani Hashim, and Jackson Gilbert. In lane 3 will be Urbana's Team A, consists of Patrick Sweeney, Max Quan Allred, Kian Bani Hashim, and Willem Aline. In lane 5 from Peoria is Tajon Edwards, Caden Gadina, Joseph Hinton, and Martin Maloney. And they are off here. In the early lead is Urbana's Team B. They're in lane 2. And they push off the same time as Urbana's Team A in lane 3. So in Team B right now for the Tigers, Santiago Pania swimming. He's in lane 2. And in lane 3 for the Tigers, it's Patrick Sweeney. Again, that's their first trip. They go down and back twice, then they'll tag in the next swimmer. Over in lane 5 for the Peoria Lions is Tajon Edwards. Next up for Team B, who's in the lead right now from Urbana, is Jonathan Sanchez Huanca. Next up for Team A, lane 3, in second place currently is Max Quan Allred. And those 2 swimmers are on their blocks. Jonathan Sanchez Huanca takes off first in Team B. And there in Team A is Max Quan Allred. We'll see if Allred can make up some time here. Over in lane 5, Peoria's second swimmer getting ready to jump in. That is Caden Gadina. Gadina is now in the pool. On their way back, in first place still is Urbana's Team A in lane 2. And he's being bested right now by Max Quan Allred. Allred pulls ahead as they make their final trip back down. So in first place now is Urbana's Team A. Max Quan Allred swimming right now. Urbana's Team B, that's Jonathan Sanchez Huanca in the pool for them. Over in lane 5 for the Peoria Lions is Caden Gadina. Already on the block here for Urbana's Team A in lane 3 is Kian Bani Hashim. Bani Hashim getting ready to jump in here as Max Quan Allred completes his swim. And there's Bani Hashim diving into the pool. Up on the block in lane 2 is Urbana's Team B. That's Reza Bani Hashim. So Reza Bani Hashim jumps in the pool now as Sanchez-Huanca finishes his leg of the relay. Joseph Hinton from Peoria getting ready to jump in. He is the third swimmer for Peoria, and he has some time to make up here. Kian Bonnie Hashem getting ready to approach the far wall for the last time. Bonnie Hashem's on Urbana's Team A. He'll be swimming back, and we can see getting on the block right now is Urbana's Willem Aline. They're in lane 3, and they have the lead here. Final event of the day, it's the 400-yard freestyle at Urbana's Indoor Aquatic Center, a quad meet between Urbana, Danville, Peoria Central, and Manual. Willem Aline in the pool now, making his first trip down. Getting ready to dive in for the Tigers in lane 2, Team B. That's Jackson Gilbert. And Gilbert now in the pool. Willem Aline in lane 3, making his final trip down for the Urbana Tigers Team A. Getting ready to jump in the pool, the fourth and final swimmer for Peoria is Martin Maloney. That's over in lane 5. And Maloney now in the pool for the Lions. Getting ready to finish up here in lane 3, Urbana's Team A. It's Willem Aline, and they clock it right there. So we'll see what they finish up. Their final time will be. So Urbana's Team A finishes with a time of 4 minutes, 22.72 seconds. Team A consisted of Patrick Sweeney, Max Quan Allred, Kian Bonnie Hashem, and Willem Aline. So congratulations to that group of student athletes. Getting ready to finish in lane 2 here is Urbana's Team B, Jackson Gilbert, getting ready to stop the clock here. And Team B for Urbana consisted of Santiago Pania, Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca, Reza Bonnie Hashem, and Jackson Gilbert. They place second and clock in at a time of 4 minutes, 57.21 seconds. Peoria's team, Martin Maloney out there still swimming to finish up here. They'll finish third. So Urbana's Team A takes first in the 400-yard freestyle relay, a time of 4:22.72. Urbana's Team B finishes second, a time of 4:57.21. And finishing third here will be the Peoria Lions, And we will have a final time for the Lions here. And it looks like it is 5 minutes, 41.70 seconds. So that will wrap up our event here today, as that was event number 12, the 400-yard freestyle relay. The pool now open for a warm down. Once again, in the 400-yard freestyle relay, Urbana's Team A finishing first at 4:22.72. Team B from the Tigers finishing second at 4:57.21. And then placing third from Peoria, 5:41.70. Well, I'm Jason Liggett. I appreciate all of you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network as we stream this live to you at home or no matter where you're at. We're happy to do it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/UPTV6. We'll be back with you for the remaining 2 meets here at the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. Thanks so much for watching Urbana Swimming and Diving on the Tigers Media Network.